Hello everybody and welcome back to the Delayed Kickoff YouTube channel. And today it's not the usual video that you get from Jamie, Max and I, and it's not with Max and Jamie, it's just me today. As you can see, for the first time since the very first episode on the Delayed Kickoff YouTube channel, you actually see me, which is kind of ironic because it feels like we're coming full circle. It almost feels like we're ending how we started. Now, that might be reactionary and that might be, well, calm down. But for me, football is dying and there's not a lot we can do about it. This is obviously talking about the European Super League, which, as you would have seen, is everywhere. Sky, BT, all the other big media corporations are covering it. Everybody. So I thought I'd jump on here and give my opinion. So let's start with, it's only going to be, 10 minutes. Let's quickly, glasses on, this is official. Let's read you what the Super League have announced. So this is the announcement that came out at let's say 11 o'clock last night, as of Sunday, the 18th of April. Mark that in your diaries, the day football died. 12 of Europe's leading football clubs have today come together to announce they have agreed to establish a new midweek competition, the Super League, governed by its founding clubs: AC Milan, Arsenal FC, Atletico de Madrid, Chelsea FC, FC Barcelona, FC Inter Milano, Juventus FC, Liverpool FC, Manchester City, Manchester United, Real Madrid, and Tottenham Hotspur have all joined as founding clubs. It is anticipated that further 3 clubs will join ahead of the inaugural season, which is intended to commence as soon as practicable. That's not how you say that word. Oh dear. But in all honesty, butchering words aside, this is the worst thing that could possibly happen to football. We've kind of joked a little bit how the reffing, the VAR, has killed football, or was killing football, was ruining football. And that's the difference. VAR was ruining football. This has killed it. Now, that may be reactionary. Everyone's coming out and saying stuff. This is 24 hours we have had to digest all which has been coming out in spurts of who's joining, who's not. Bayern were joining. Now they're not. Now they were. Now they're not. PSG are kind of the only club that are standing their ground saying we're not joining. Porto may be saying, are we going in? Are we not? Dortmund contemplating with the idea. No one wants to go in it. This is basically just the owners, to which most of them are American. Liverpool, American owners. The Glazers at Manchester United, American owners. Arsenal, Stan Kroenke and that, American owners, are all joining this horrific idea because of this, because they're lining their pockets, basically. They are the only people, I'm not sure what I'm doing with hand gestures, but this is not this is not the direction, I should say. This is not the direction football needed to go in. This, to me, is terrible. This is a reaction to the Champions League extension, which is now permitted for 34 to 36 to 38 teams in the Champions League. They're extending that, so more teams. They're changing around that format. That is an incredible format when you compare it to the format we are currently dealing with, which is this European Super League. Now, what the clubs are wanting to achieve is they want to still play the Premier League, the FA Cup, the domestic cups, but this European Super League would be a substitute for that UEFA Champions League that these clubs are now leaving in their masses. So instead of Champions League nights, that theme song I'm not going to sing, instead of Europa League, this is going to be the replacement, the European Super League. On the face of it, some people might enjoy it. You're playing the Barcelonas, the Real Madrid, the Bayern Munich, well, not the Bayern Munichs, but the Liverpools, the Cities. You're playing the big clubs every single week in this fantasy-like European Super League. And it's joyous. Everybody loves it. It's the best playing against the best. It's flawed. The whole concept initially is flawed when you look into it. The whole 15-team league table. The top teams qualify for a quarterfinal, and then the winner wins it all. It's the same 15 teams. There's no promotion. There's no relegation. There's no competition. And that is really the start of many flaws with this. This is just poor. This is just diabolical. It seems too far gone now to do anything about it. And it as you can see, I'm struggling to really say, because this is very reactionary. I've kind of not gone off many notes here because I want this to be as reactionary and as emotionally driven as possible. But for me, this is taking the love out of football. It's ripping the heart out of most clubs. To go along with this announcement, there's obviously been major reactions from UEFA, from FIFA, from the Premier League, to an extent where players who are playing in the Super League will not be allowed to play for their national team in the European Championships or the World Cup. This is getting to a stage now where the Premier League are thinking of kicking out the 6 teams, the Arsenal, the Tottenham, Chelsea, City, Liverpool and Manchester United, the team that I love, the team that I have supported for many, many years. But it feels as though, I don't know anymore. It just feels like, how can you support this? How can you as a fan love the club that in its essence doesn't love you back? Now that is maybe on face value a bit, borderline, but the Glazers do not care. The disrespect that this announcement was meant to be announced at 9:30 on Sunday the 18th of April, 9:30 in the evening. Everybody's scrolling through Twitter, refreshing, going, what is this all about? What is this all about? Then reports come out, it's 10:30. Again, the clock strikes 10:30. People are rolling, scrolling, wanting to know what this European Super League is about. And then it's almost 11 when they announce it. Most people are in bed. The disrespect that they can just, we don't care about times. We'll just announce this now. We'll just announce this whenever we want to announce it. It shits on us as fans. It goes, we've got more money than you. It doesn't really matter. This is a profitable league this is a cash cow, basically. We put money in, we get money out, it flows, we're happy, we don't care what you fans think. There has been outrage. There's been outrage that I've never seen before on Twitter, on everybody, the Gary Nevilles, the Jamie Carragers, the Roy Keanes, even people who aren't pundits, former football players, even current football players are kind of making slight remarks that they do not want this. This is disastrous. And the fans desperately don't want this. And I think for Manchester United especially, who were one of the founding clubs of this, to one of the leading teams that was so desperate for this league, along with the likes of Real Madrid, Liverpool and Arsenal, they wanted this league so much because of that money. And this has been going on for years. They've got lawyers involved. It's going to be really hard to backtrack now. The damage has already been done. But there was a fantastic picture because Man United beat Burnley 3-1 last night, which in itself shows why we shouldn't need the European Super League. It took a tough ask for United to beat Burnley. And at Old Trafford, they've got banners across the seats because, of course, nobody's there. Now, Matt Busby, who, if there was one person that signified what Manchester United was about, it was Sir Matt Busby. And there's a quote on the banner that's covering the seats: "Football is nothing without fans." Everybody at Manchester United lives by that principle, apart from the people who should, and that is the owners. That is the Glazers, that is Ed Woodward, who are just lining their pockets, not giving a shit about the fans. They came out early today. Basically, the long and the short of the quote was, we're legacy fans now. They're looking at fans for the future. They're looking at the fans that are going to be in 20 years' time going, oh, Man United are in the Super League, let's support Man United. They don't give a shit about us. They don't care. They're thank you for your time. Thank you for your money. We don't care about you anymore. We're going to target our aim at, the fans that are coming in 20 years' time. And right now, it's causing outrage at Man United. It's causing outrage at Liverpool, a club built on the people a people's club, probably the most people's club there really is at football, Liverpool, as much as I hate it because I'm a Man United fan and Manchester United and Liverpool have been rivals for years, going back decades. What's that rivalry mean anymore? Does it mean anything? Because the football as we know it is dying. Them 20 Premier League trophies, the Manchester United, or 20 league titles, I should say, Manchester United have won compared to Liverpool's 19. If the teams are going to get kicked out of the Premier League, that doesn't matter. Liverpool having more UEFA Cups and European Cups than Manchester United. Teams that are willing to leave that competition, those trophies don't have value. They will be subject to history. That is all they will be. And I came up with a good point on back to Manchester United because I'm a United fan. This is kind of where my interest lies initially. We've got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as our Manchester United manager. And like him or not, Ole and Ole out, all of that. I think anybody will admit he got the job because he's a former man. Damn right too. He scored the winning goal in the 1999 Champions League final. He is a legend. He's scored the biggest goal in this club's history. And you're willing to throw that competition into the history books because of money. You're willing to throw your manager under the bus. You're willing to throw the biggest men in your history. So Alex Ferguson won countless awards, countless championships, trophies, cups, all of which subject to the past because of money. You know, you've got Sir Bobby Charlton, who isn't very well at the moment, who is dealing with horrible illness and dementia. He's really struggling. Is this what we want to leave him with? All them cups. The worst day in Manchester United Football Club history, even after last night. Many club died. The club needed to rebuild. So Matt Busby rebuilt that. Bobby Charlton was on that runway. He was on that plane. And the fact that all that history seems redundant because we're willing to throw everything we've rebuilt away for money is completely and utterly a disgrace. Now, I'm a United fan. I've said this numerous times now, but this feeling is echoed by Arsenal fans. It's echoed by Liverpool fans. It's echoed by Tottenham fans, City fans, Chelsea fans. It's echoed by everybody. We do not want a European Super League. But you can send as many tweets as you like. You can spread as many hashtags, sign as many petitions. They've been creating this for years. They would have had top lawyers involved that have really been hired on good money for scenarios like this. They knew they were going to get backlash. Do they care? Fuck no. They don't care whatsoever. They don't care anything about the fans. They would shit on the fans. We make them money because we buy the merchandise, whatever club it is. We buy the shirts. We buy the season tickets. We go to the games. We click the websites. And the fact that we, as United fans, as any fans, consume our club's content, puts money we give to them, not happily, but we do it. They give nothing back to us. And the Glazers said that the Glazers mentioned Matt Busby a few hours ago as of recording. I don't think that they have any right to even echo his name. I don't think they even have the audacity. Well, clearly they do have the audacity because they've done it. That name means something to Manchester United. You can't just say it, oh, Sir Matt Busby here, Sir Matt Busby there. This name means something. There is meaning behind Matt Busby and what he's done for Manchester United. There is meaning behind Liverpool legends at Liverpool and Arsenal legends. There is so, not just the United, Arsenal, as Liverpool, as all the clubs that are involved are shitting on the history, is shitting on it. It's a dark day for football. And moving on really briefly to, I mean, this whole European Super League, if you don't think it's about money, then give your head a little wobble. But it's Arsenal. When was the last time they qualified for the Champions League? This isn't banter. This is genuine. When were Arsenal last in the Champions League? They didn't think so. Did they get under Arteta? Well, they haven't got it under Arteta. So what? Arsene Wenger? So what? 2017, 16? So a club that hasn't been in the Champions League, which is the main domestic European competition at the moment. Arsenal have not been in it for 5 years, roughly. I don't know the numbers, 5 years. They are not. They are in the European Super League. Who is telling Arsenal they're super? Tottenham Hotspur. As much as we say bottlers, they don't win anything. They haven't won anything for years. They won a League Cup in what, 2008, 2007, whatever. Well done. What do you want, a medal? Well, you did get a medal, but that's the only thing you've won in the past, what, 15 odd years. And apparently, because you've got money, because you've got a nice swanky stadium, you've got Daniel Levy at the top, you've got owners that really, 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 really want this money, you're allowed in because you've got that. They don't give a shit about football. It's about that. And that sums it up. They've shat over all the fans. They've shat over the history. The clubs, the players are going to have to take the forefront of this because at the end of the day, owners, they're not the face of the club. They make all the decisions, but when shit hits the fan, they fucked off. This is, in United's case, this is the players, this is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who are going out there every single week performing for the fans. They're going to have to take on the brunt. When fans return to stadiums, they're going to have to put up with the booze. Solskjaer's going to have to put up with the crazy questions he's going to get about the European Super League in press conferences. Why? Because owners, that they do not even contact the Solskjaer, they don't contact the manager, the coaches, they don't contact anyone. They're just like, oh, let's have an idea, let's create this European Super League. It is a farce, and over time, will the Premier League become redundant? The top 6, if they get kicked out, I mean, 90+% of revenue at the Premier League, my apologies, at the Premier League. So what so we kick them out, that's 90% revenue gone. What, that the Premier League will struggle. The FA Cup, redundant. Carabao Cup, it's pretty redundant now, but it'll be completely redundant. Champions League, we won't be in it. Champions League, we will go to places like Leeds, and Leeds are a big club, I guess, but we don't really want the likes of Leeds and Everton in the Champions League. We want these Uniteds, your Cities, your Tottenhams, your Chelseas, your Liverpools. We want them big teams. And it just feels like the owners have done this on themselves. And it's damage they've announcing this, putting this in place, shits on everybody. But this damage they've done right now, the scary thing about it, I think it's irreversible. I think it's irreversible. I think the damage they have done, putting this in place, making all these calls, getting it official, creating a logo, getting everybody involved, lawyers, whatever, official legal bodies, everything. I think it's too far gone. What does this mean for football? I go back to the original point. Football is everybody's, well, not everybody's, but football is a sport that unites people. You hate, rivalries like Liverpool and United. We hate each other, basically. We don't like the fans, but it's banter. It's love for the game. We don't like Liverpool because of the rivalry, because of the love of the game. Anything according to those people upstairs? No, it doesn't. And yeah, I take you back to the initial point. What's next? What is next? Am I sitting in front of you? Is this the last video we're going to do? Probably not. Probably not. Well, I know for a fact it's not. I'm not just trying to be a bit melodramatic here. But this isn't an overreaction. This isn't reactionary. This could very, very much be a possibility of football slowly fading away because of money. And we can't do anything. Can the players stand? Hopefully. But what's that going to do? Tonight, as of recording, and hopefully as of publishing, Liverpool play Leeds in the Premier League. The match that was massive for Champions League qualification for the top 4. Liverpool, they've had a crap season with injuries. They're coming back up. Can they get into the top 4? What the fuck does top 4 mean now? It doesn't mean jack. Because Arsenal in the European Super League, and they're 9th. So Leicester and West Ham, especially, who are currently occupying the top 4 places, they're just sat there like they have dreams of playing with Real Madrid. Think of Declan Rice. Think of players like Declan Rice, who has come up through West Ham's academy and really, well, I don't actually know if he's come through West Ham's academy, but a really proper London boy for West Ham. He's dreamt of going to Champions Leagues, going to massive stadiums with the boyhood club West Ham. Maybe that not be the best example, but you know what I mean. And now, wow, Jamie Vardy is a perfect example. Like him or hate him, he has come up through the Football League pyramid, which is now going to be destroyed, by the way. He's come up through that. He's played for Rotherham. He's played Fleetwood, I think it was. He's a consistent, and he's gone all the way from non-league to the Champions League with Leicester. And I know he's done it before, but he's gone to the Champions League. And the teams that make the Champions League, Barcelona, Real Madrid, United, City, Arsenal, Liverpool, all the big clubs, they're not going to be there because their owners want that. And because of the owners' greed for wanting money, that's going to have a negative impact on clubs, on fans, on everything. And I, as a United fan, feel ashamed. Arsenal fans will feel ashamed. Liverpool fans will feel ashamed. Chelsea, City, Tottenham fans will feel ashamed that they have signed up for this disastrous league. And who knows where we go from here. It's ever changing. It's evolving, this story, and just keep refreshing Twitter every 5 minutes just to see if there's anything new, if there's anything confirmed. And the future is unknown in terms of football, but the future of delayed kickoff, there is going to be a podcast. Well, let's call it a podcast, but it's Max and Jamie. Unfortunately, we're busy, so they couldn't jump on here. But I think they're free Thursday. We're going to get on a call. By then, who knows if we've got anything left to hold on to. We didn't know anything like this was going to happen 48 hours ago. And now we're in rubble. We're in ruins that we used to call football. And that little bit of hope we've got left onto might be gone by Thursday. But this is my opinion. I'll go into more depth later on. I've just knocked something off the table. That sums up the last 24 hours. Yeah, as I said, this is my opinion. Maximus and Jamie will give their opinions on Thursday going well. But that's 3 days' time. Who knows the state of football that we used to take for granted? Who knows what state it's going to be in 3 days' time? It's scary. It's scary. And that's the reality of money. That's the reality of greedy owners. And that's the reality we're facing. Thank you, I guess, for watching this rant. Can you call it a rant? I don't know. I'll probably get more animated when I've got Maximus and Jamie to bounce off of on Thursday. But as for now, we'll have to just play it by ear and watch what happens. Watch what happens, and just hope that something happens. Somebody just does something, and we can get out of the shithole that those greedy men, everybody who are running football clubs, the biggest football clubs in the world, have put us in. We're all in this together. Whether you're City, United, Liverpool, we are united right now. And I'm not saying we're all United fans, but we are united under the one cause to save football and destroy this disgusting, disgraceful, and soul-destroying idea. Thank you for listening. Thursday, we'll be on doing that podcast. But for now, stay tuned on the Twitter, Delay Kickoff, at Delay Kickoff1. We'll keep you up to date. And who knows where I'll be in 3 days' time. Thank you for watching.